Okay, let's finish. What we're going to do, and then I'm going to let you continue on after I go off, just so you can do what you want with your painting after I put in the basics here. But for those of you who want to put leaves on your tree, I would like you to make up just some kind of a green that's not too dark. So I'm adding blue here, some yellow, and add a little, so it's kind of an olive green. And I'm adding a little tiny bit of water to it, so it makes it easier to, and I'm still using the little brush. And then what I'm gonna do is pounce around the branches like this. And coming up here where the mountain is, pounce around, and it's going to be as dark as the mountain, so it's going to kind of disappear a little bit, and bring some up here where there are no branches, so we can add a branch and connect that little clump with that one. And then we just add some branches down, and then some right here in the middle. Get some more paint on my brush, maybe a little guy over here. Not much. It's kind of a scraggly tree. You can make your tree whatever you want. But that's basically how you do a tree. And the sunlight's coming from the right, and this tree is pretty much in shadow here, but there is a light side of it, and we'll do that in a little bit. Let's take that same color that you did for the leaves on the tree and lighten it up a little bit with some yellow and some white. And I'm going to kind of clean this, make a little cleaner area here in front of the house. And I'm also going to bring some of that over here. So you can just kind of do whatever you want. And if you feel like you're happy with the front of your house, just leave it. Okay, and bring some of that in here. The grass, it's lighter. So we're going to add the chimney and add some light areas to the front of the door and but first let's put in some shadows for the tree and the fence posts. So we still have that green that you made for the tree. I'd like to make that darker, the same green that you did for the leaves. I want you to add blue and red. That's going to make like a dark purple, and then add just a little bit of yellow. So it's pretty dark there. So I'd like you to go along the left-hand side of the tree, and just because it's in the shadow, we're making this darker over here, down the side. You see, I'm daubing it, I'm not making a straight line. Some of the branches are going to be darker, so some of them that are under the leaves. So see how that makes it stand out? Looks like the sun's on the right-hand side. The same for the fence posts. You want on the left-hand side to go down. I'm leaving room for that, the cross posts. So on either side of the cross posts on the left-hand side, just that, I'll do this little guy here. And then also under the cross post, straight across. So that makes the fence look two-dimensional. Where else can we put this dark shadow? You can do some darker areas under where the shadows are, under the fence post here, like I'm doing. So the grass is darker because the sun is hitting it from the right side. So I'm just making some of that grass darker. Add a little yellow if you want to make it lighter in a different color, which I want. And this is going to be a wonky shadow. And then you can bring some of that darkest green into all the other areas. Then the same for this tree. You're going to bring that darker area onto the left area and make dark grass here. Looks like it already has some dark grass. So we're making the shadow to the left of the tree. Then add some, let's see, add some white to that color. I want this a little, goodness, I've got running out of space here. So I want a darker, oh, that's kind of yucky. Let's start all over. You get some blue, some yellow, making another color of green. And I'm going to add a little line of bushes to the side of the door up here at the front of the house. Little bush that goes back like that. And then also add it to the door there, a little, just like that. Then I'm going to add some of that darker color under the darker bushes here to give it a 3-dimension. Okay, this is coming along. Wipe the paint off your brush. We're going to work on getting that chimney in. So I'm making a light white yellow. It's the same as the front of the house. We're just going to add a little tiny square rectangle up here where the chimney is. And that's also going to have a shadow, so we're going to make up, well, okay, don't do that yet. Keep that color, and let's make some flowers. Over here where the light is, beyond the tree, to the right of the tree, we're going to put some little white flowers in. So just dot them, and if you want to make daisies, you can. I'd also like you to bring that yellow white over. If you put grass over this, it's too big for where the tree is, so I made a mistake, and I'm just painting that out. And we're just going to leave that for now. So I'm just with yellow white, just depending on where if you came up that high. If you didn't, then just forget what I'm doing here. And that yellow white, I'm going to add a little more here. Let's see. Give it some interest up here. Like there's yellow white flowers or white grass in the distance. But don't cover what you've got already. We're just highlighting different areas. And I want you to go back to your light blue. If you have it there, if not, make some. We're going to add a dark side of the chimney. Just on to the left of that little square there. And add a little bit more of that blue to the pond. And the sky, which I'm just playing now. So the more color you get into something, the differences of the same color, the more interesting it is. I'm going to add some little blue flowers. And keeping that shadow there, where the tree's casting that shadow, I'm kind of going in front of it. I'm just taking my finger to smear a little bit. You can. Okay, so where else should we do that? A little bit of the light blue back here. Here. Wherever you feel like you want a light blue area in your distance. Adding some here. So this is kind of now up to you to just play and see how you like what you're doing. And then finally, let's add a little kind of a pathway. So it's kind of add some red, a tiny bit of blue, orangey, an orangey color. And I'm just going to put a little bit of an area here where a path goes down. And then it's going to disappear because we're not in a place where we can see it where our eye level is. And I'm just going to add some of that here. Add some white to it first. And kind of brush a little, here we want this, brush a little pathway very lightly, not heavy. It disappears around that grass. With that same color, you're going to take on your tree on the very right edge, you're going to bring down where the light's hitting the trunk. And then the same on the fence posts. Just on the upper ones. Just because the sun's hitting it there. Okay, now I'm going to let you finish what you want to do on it. You can add to it. You might want to put a cow in there. You might want to put more flowers. You know, I'm thinking here I would like to bring some of my grass up over that path so that it looks like it's embedded. So I'm just adding some darker green over here, little blades. More flowers here if you want. Let's put a red flower here. Yellow. Just have fun. This is your painting. I know it seems like mine because I thought of it, but this is just out of my imagination. So you can use your imagination and just go for it. I love you. I can't wait to see what you've done and how you've added to it or not added or whatever you've done with your painting. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.